Armenian powerhouse, carries a 73% career knockout ratio with him into the glory ring. Here is Harut Grigorian.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a destroyer, Joe. He knows only one gear, straight ahead with ferocity.
Yeah, and when you fight him, there's no surprise what you're gonna get. The question is, can you handle his power? Can you handle his forward pressure? So that's what Grigorian's gonna do. He goes forward, he really uses his hooks in his boxing, and he's got some good knees. And this is a rematch from 2012 where Grigorian was dominating the fight for most of the fight, and in the last minute of the third round, he got caught from an uppercut. So he was dominating that fight until he got caught. So let's see how he can adapt from that.
His split decision win in Holland at Glory 41 has him focused on getting another world title shot. Here comes Groenhart.
You won't find a more confident fighter in all of Glory kickboxing. And tonight, Groenhart promises a devastating knockout. Says this will be epic. Kill or be killed, and I ain't dying.
Yeah, and you can tell that in the way he fights. He just has these explosive moments in these fights that you don't expect. At one moment he's moving, taking shots, and then he explodes with these vicious knees and combinations. So you never know what to expect from Myrtle.
Myrtle Groenhart loves to talk trash, but most times can certainly back it up, Joe. That's what happened the first time these two fought. It was 5 years ago, 2012. Harut Grigorian, by all accounts, was winning this fight rather handedly until an uppercut in round 3 changed everything.
Yeah, and it was that comeback victory. It was a great fight. I recommend people to watch it. But again, this was 5 years ago. I feel like Myrtle's changed a little bit more than Harut, but nonetheless, this is a crazy fight that's happening.
Here's how important this fight is in the welterweight division. Our current rankings, you can see Myrtle Groenhart ranked number 3, Grigorian is 5, and of course, Nikki Holskin will fight for the title against Doumbé later here tonight.
Both of those guys wants that title shot, and it starts right here.
Here's our tail of the tape for this welterweight battle. 170 pounds, 77 kilos. Myrtle Groenhart, 30 years old, has a 2-inch height advantage and a 3.5-inch reach advantage.
Looking at professional experience, it's Myrtle with 90 professional fights, which is a crazy amount of fights, but Harut does have a lot of experience, has also fought big names in the sport, but it seems like Myrtle has the advantage in fighting the top 3 to 5 in the division in the recent year.
Ladies and gentlemen, this long overdue welterweight matchup is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, a world tournament champion in 2014 and winner of 12 of his last 13 fights. His record, 44 wins with 10 losses, 32 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At 5 feet 11 inches tall, 1.80 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 169 pounds, 76.7 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Armenia by way of Belgium, here is Harut Grigorian. His opponent fights from the white corner, a 2-time Glory Contender Tournament champion and World Max champion. His record, 65 wins, 22 losses, 3 draws, and 37 career knockouts. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, he too weighed in at 169 pounds, 76.7 kilos. He's here tonight, fighting out of the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Myrtle, the Predator, Groenhart. Once again, your referee in charge of this bout is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. If you Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves if you like.
They are not touching gloves, Joe.
Judge.
This is gonna be a barn burner. Groenhart in the white gloves. Harut Grigorian pacing back and forth wearing black gloves. The winner of this fights for the world title against either Nicky Holzken or Cedric Doumbé.
A lot riding on this fight. You're gonna see it's Grigorian with forward pressure where Myrtle's gonna try to keep the fight on the outside, use his footwork, hit on angles.
Grigorian told us the more that Grigorian throws, the more opportunities I have to counterpunch. And that's where he excels.
Yeah, he's staying long, so he has that vision where he can pick his shots. This is why he's using that footwork on the outside.
According to MMA odds breakers, Groenhart a -215 favorite in this fight against Grigorian. Clinching is forbidden unless you throw an immediate knee or a strike. It's not like boxing where guys just hang on each other for round after round. That is illegal.
This fight was supposed to happen last 41 in Holland, but Grigorian had to pull out from a broken toe, so we'll see if that's going to affect some of his kicking.
He was criticized for that withdrawal by Groenhart, who said, listen, if he couldn't fight 3 weeks ago, he can't fight tonight. How did his toe heal so quickly?
Nice flying knee from Myrtle. That's one of his favorite shots to land, and many knockouts with it. And that knee is very dangerous for Grigorian, who's coming in a straight line, so I expect Myrtle to throw it frequently.
And Grigorian with a 73% knockout ratio. That is very impressive, especially for a welterweight. 3/4 of his wins have ended in knockout.
He's very explosive. He stays on the outside. Sometimes you think he's tired or out, and then he just blasts with these explosive combinations.
Myrtle Groenhart loves those flying knees, but he just ate a left knee there from Grigorian. Excuse me, from Groenhart. Bit of a sloppy round, Joe. Grigorian would love this just to be a brawl, would he not?
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Eventually, as the round goes on, I expect him to stay in there more and just throw, like they're doing right now.
You can see Grigorian has his feet planted on the canvas, just sitting down on all his punches. That knee may have stunned Grigorian a little bit. Looks a little wobbly.
There's those uppercuts.
And he's being wobbled. Oh, nearly knocked down. Bounced back off the ropes. And Grigorian not all there right now. Good finish to the round for Myrtle Groenhart. You saw they didn't touch gloves before this fight, and yesterday things weren't all that friendly during their stare down at the weigh-in either.
No, there's a lot of bad blood between these two, and Myrtle made it very vocal that he doesn't want people in his face, so he was waiting for Harut to get in his face so he can punch back, but Harut was able to keep his cool, and they were able to keep the fight in the ring.
Few know more about the welterweight division than this man, a former welterweight champion of the world here in Glory, Joseph Valtellini. My name is Todd Grisham. Still to come tonight, it is our main event, Nicky Holzken versus Cedric Doumbé. Joe, your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's going to be an epic fight because Nicky was so dominant for so long, hasn't lost in over 4 years, so this sparked the fire. So Doumbé is going to have to use that same style we saw in that first fight at Glory, Germany, where he was able to be tricky with his footwork, able to attack on different angles, and don't be a standing target for Nicky.
So Doumbé ready for battle tonight, and that will be a 5-round world title fight in our main event. And the winner of that title fight already knows who their first challenger will be. One of these two gentlemen, Groenhart or Grigorian, and it was Groenhart who won round one, according to all 5 judges. Oh my! Defend yourself at all times! Groenhart with a big right hand KO! Fight the ring! We've got to fight the ring! People are attacking Myrtle Groenhart! It's insanity!
Grigorian is still out, bleeding on the floor.
Grigorian turned his back on his opponent. The referee hadn't stopped it. Hey, Groenhart had every right to throw that punch. There are no standing 8 counts, and now we have a brawl in the ring.
There's mayhem everywhere.
Someone will be charged with assault and battery, that's for sure. I'm not quite sure who it was that attacked Groenhart. Had to be either a friend or someone from the corner of Grigorian. Meanwhile, blood is pouring out of Grigorian's face as he lays on the canvas.
Well, all the security's coming in. Thankfully for all the security to keep this fight separate. I just hope Grigorian's okay.
This is Bo and Galata all over again. Hopefully this doesn't spill out into the crowd. Now both men are on the canvas.
Now Myrtle.
As Groenhart had jumped on the ropes to celebrate, someone loyal to Grigorian walked up and threw a haymaker at him. Wild scenes here in Paris. We'll have to see the replay as to what exactly happened, and I'm sure local French police would like to see that footage as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but I even see Myrtle sitting there. He doesn't look okay.
Let's take a look at exactly what happened. I believe it was a knee right there. Now Grigorian just turns his head. Look at the referee, says, no, you gotta keep fighting. A right hand knocked him out. Folks can boo all they want, Joe. That is a legal blow.
That's a fair shot. I don't know why Grigorian stopped. I don't know if he was hurt, but at that point he should have taken a knee and not turned his back.
So a free shot delivered by Groenhart. Then he goes to the ring to celebrate. Not sure, are we gonna see that footage? There's Grigorian being checked out by the medical staff. Look at that gash. That was the knee shot, and it certainly rung his bell. And maybe, Joe, he was out on his feet and didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, it could have been. Maybe it looked like he thought the round was over and he was walking back to his corner. And then Myrtle just, right from behind, threw a big power punch.
All right, I'm being told by our truck we have the footage, but we're not going to show it. We're not going to celebrate that type of violence. So apparently it was a member of the crowd who jumped in there. It was not someone from his corner. Someone from the crowd jumped into the ring and did land some punches.
At one point, I thought they were coming in to celebrate with Groenhart until I saw those punches being thrown.
Look at that gash. Certainly not a good moment for anyone. So we're going to show you what we feel comfortable letting you see. Here's Myrtle celebrating, and then there's a big shot from 2 or 3 guys going after him. And Joe, that is assault. Sorry, even if you think your guy got beaten up unfairly, you cannot go attack someone like that. So still trying to find out exactly what the protocol is here, but hold on one second. I'm being told by our ring announcer, Tim Hughes, that they believe that Myrtle Groenhart's jaw was broken by that fan's punch.
I hope French police have him.
Well, they'll get him soon. We have the footage. Outrageous stuff here. Glad it didn't get any worse than it did. And I say that, we've got a guy with a broken jaw and another fighter basically knocked unconscious on the canvas. And Joe, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on that punch thrown by Gronhart, clearly after Grigorian had turned his back.
Well, you can see that why you would be upset. If the fighter turned his back, sometimes there's that friendly sportsmanship between the two, but there's a world title on the line. If you turn your back like that, like you said, Todd, defend yourselves at all time. It's very unfortunate, but you can see the sportsmen in these two and them congratulating and basically hoping each other are okay.
Good sportsmanship here from both men, Groenhart and Grigorian. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in a kickboxing ring.
I've never seen it either.
Here's the knockout once again, Grronhart with the knee. And this is when the fight was really over because Grigorian turned his back and said, "What is happening?" And then boom.
I'm not too sure why he turned his back like that. It looked like he was walking to that corner, whether he was dazed or who knows if he thought the round was over.
And here's what started the melee. Watch this first right hand. Boom, right there. And then he eats a couple more shots. And you can see Nick Hemmers pulling that guy back. So even Nick Hemmers, who's the trainer for Grigorian, realized you do not go after a fighter like that. And Groenhart may have a broken jaw because of it.
Well,
But we did have at least the two fighters agreeing that, hey, let's hug this thing out. It didn't go the way either one of us wanted to.
But that just shows the experience and the sportsmanship between the two, and there's all love in the kickboxing.
The only time I can remember a fighter being attacked in the ring was Andrew Galata, who was hit over the head with a walkie-talkie after he continued to land low blows to Riddick Bowe. That caused a riot at Madison Square Garden. Thankfully, the Parisians here didn't do anything like that, and the violence was at least contained inside the ring. We're going to catch our breath here and head to a commercial break. When we return, the official decision from Paris. Friday, July 14th. Start spreading the news. Glory returns to the historic theater at Madison Square Garden for Glory 43 New York. Brazilian whirlwind Guto Innocent takes on top-ranked heavyweight Benjamin Adegbuyi. And it's East versus West in the featherweight contender tournament. and the long-awaited return of fan favorite Josh Johnsey. Be a part of it. Glory 43 New York at the theater at MSG, July 14th. Don't miss it. We welcome you back here to Paris, and this got crazy in a hurry in more ways than one as we look at our highlights, Joe.
Well, it was a tough first round before all of this happened, where Harut kept coming forward, where Myrtle kept landing those knees, and finally that one caught him, where Harut turned his back and Myrtle finished with that big punch. But the two sportsmen showing love in the ring, and I'm sure both of them, as long as they're both healthy from the situation, and can fight again. But we're going to see Myrtle Groenhart in a future title shot.
Let's send it into the ring now. The official decision in Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have received an explanation and a ruling from our ringside sanctioning body. Because the black corner fighter had turned his back, but the referee had not stopped the bout, the final blow is recorded as a legal shot. Declaring your winner by knockout, Groenhart.
All right, Myrtle, if you can, you hear all the boos from the fans here. Explain to us what was going through your head after you landed the knee and your opponent turned his back on you.
First of all, I want to thank Harut for coming out. And we were in the heat of the game, you know. We were in the heat of the game. I throw Harut a knee, and when you're in the heat of the game, you just continue. He threw a knee, he turned away. I get after him and got him with the right hook. That's all. Nothing. I did nothing wrong. It's all in the fight, all in the game. You know? Everybody say in the rules, protect yourself at all times. And the referee did not came in. I came in with the right hook, and he fall down, and then I saw the referee come in. That's it. I did nothing wrong.
So when you were celebrating on the ropes, what happened from your perspective?
I was in the corner, and I saw these guys coming out. You know, I was like, come on, man, this is a sport. You know, things happen. Some people get emotional, too close, you know, but this is a sport. Our little children are watching this sport at home, you know. You cannot come in the ring like this and beat out the kickboxers, you know. We train hard for this kind of thing.
And quickly, we were told maybe you had a broken jaw. Are you okay?
So that's why it's important to have respect for the sport. Sorry, one more?
Was your jaw broken? Were you hurt? We were told you might have had suffered an injury.
I didn't hear it.
Were you hurt from the punch in the corner?
Yeah, I was hurt. I got something. Some guy got me with a hook into my face, you know, but I got my guard up, but with those hands without gloves, he came to my chin, on my teeth. I think it's broken, I don't know, but it hurts.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. I know you didn't want it to go down quite like this, but we'll see you in a future title opportunity. Myrtle Groenhart, everybody.
Well, regardless what happened with all the controversy surrounding this fight, it's Myrtle Groenhart that gets a KO victory. So he'll get another chance against the winner of the main event, whether it's Nikki Holtzkin, who Myrtle has fought already twice, or is it Doumbé, who I know he's really motivated to have another rematch against. So regardless, rematches for Myrtle Groenhart in the finals if he fights again for that world title.
Well, Joe, outside of the fans attacking Myrtle Groenhart, that was as exciting a fight as you're going to see here in Glory. Too bad it had to end that way, and hopefully Myrtle Groenhart and Harut Grigorian, for that matter, aren't seriously injured. And yes, we still have